Hey yo, what's up? Doing the dishes, nice. I'm doing okay. Um, let's see. Feel like I need to show off something. Yesterday, I got a cool thing working. I don't remember. I don't think you were there. So, oh, great. One sec. The file is gone. Ah, yes. In goal. Got it. These are now in level components. Assets. Nah, I was too focused yesterday. Yeah, I get it. Okay. All right, here we go. So yesterday what I worked on was dying. So the player is now going to be able to walk off the edge and fall into the hole. We don't have the animation yet for falling into the hole, but we have the trigger. So he can kind of hang off the edge. It's pretty forgiving. And then we also have the moving platform, which I got working, which can carry you safely across the holes. But if you fall off the platform, you die. It's not like hard coded or anything. So yeah, got that working. Pretty happy about it. Today, I'm going to make a new level selector because we're going to have a lot of levels. They are not going to all fit on this main screen. Yeah, freaking sweet. That was an error in and of itself. Sure was. Glad to see the kinks have been worked out. Yep. All right, so level system. I now need a world selector screen. I'm just going to do one world right now. World one selector. Do you guys have a time plan for gold version? Give me a sec. Gold version. Is that like a term for like the release version? The timeline is we don't want to work on this game too long. So likely we'll complete it in the next 2 months. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, we're going to complete it in the next 2 months and like release a demo and stuff. And then we're going to try to get into festivals and things for the next like 6 months. So it's going to be a next year release. Just because we're going to try to like learn how like Steam marketing works and stuff. Trying to use this as a tool to boost our knowledge, really. But also we're having fun with it, so it's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty doable. Also, like, puzzle games don't do well on Steam. It's just like a known fact. And so we don't expect this to do like super well, but that's okay because it's not costing us a lot to make it. Well, actually, I don't know if that's entirely true. Our artist Jared, it's probably costing him a lot to make it, but for me and my brother, it's kind of just a nice thing to do when we have time. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at here, but basically, like even if it doesn't do super well, we'll have at least learned some things about the process. $6.40 divided by 2. There we go. Yeah, low budget, saturated market. I get you. Yeah, and apparently, like one of the big issues is that like puzzle games are like basically the kinds of people that like puzzle games. There's either casual players and they're gonna only complete a part of your game because they aren't gonna like stick around for the harder puzzles, or there's like super hardcore puzzle enjoyers who, if you're not giving them like really hard puzzles pretty fast, they're also gonna drop off. And then there's the other market, which is that if a streamer plays it and your puzzle is too hard, they're gonna look really dumb on stream, and so streamers don't play it. So it's just like, yeah, the target audience is pretty tough for puzzle games apparently. Every game is a stepping stone. Yep. Yep. Big learning experience for all of us. Let's just put this in the center. Nope, not 260. All right, now node 2D. I always make a puzzle game when I learn a new engine. Makes you understand the options and limits immediately. Nice. What engines are you experienced with? I've really only done Unity and Godot, so I don't even really know. Unity, Unreal, Bevy, Mono Game. Okay. I've heard good things about Mono Game. Is that the Stardew Valley one? Because it's more of like, it's not really a game engine. It's just tools to make games in C#, right? Oh, okay. Oh, Terraria is Mono Game. Okay, Google is telling me that Stardew Valley was initially developed on a custom engine using Microsoft's XNA framework. After XNA was discontinued, the game was migrated to Mono Game. So that's where I have heard of it before. Yep. Write most things for yourself. That's cool. I actually, yeah, it's a dream of mine to make my own game like from scratch. Because I fell in love with games that that were made long before engines existed. And so it's definitely my goal to emulate those kinds of creators. XNA is cool, kind of a modern take on the tools used in Xbox Live Arcade games. Okay. Have you played Animal Well? Making an engine is tough, but yeah, very fun. I'd recommend doing the Vulkan Beginner's Guide and then trying Raylib. Okay. Haven't yet. Okay. Yeah, I recently found Animal Well and absolutely loved it. And he's my idol now. Billy Basso is my idol. He created that whole game from scratch. And it was brilliant. I loved it. Okay, those seem evenly spaced, yeah. He's really cool. I definitely look up to him. Yeah. Ooh, not quite. You're gonna meet so many cool indie devs if you go to cons and exhibitions. Okay, yeah, I gotta start doing stuff like that. Okay. Gotta get all this tedious work out of the way. 6. I wonder if I could do this in code faster. Okay, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. Perfect. A lot faster in code. Okay, so I need to do this thing, but on a much larger scale. Okay, 642. Let's go 360 minus 90. Put right there. Somewhere around there. World 3. Nice. Oh wait, this won't be the level system. This will just be get tree, change scene to file. Is it level system? World 1. There we go. All right, let's see if this works. Invalid assignment of property or key disabled with value of type bool on base object of type null. So that's probably in the goal. Which line is this? Oh no, this is in main. Oh. Yes. Yep, I just get rid of all this. Well, that didn't work. Oh yeah, I haven't hooked it up. Okay. And then also I need to change the goal to always be on z index -1. Let's try again. Still not working. Go to world 1. Oh, there it is. All right, come on. Take me to the right place. There we go. Oh, man. I gotta get these in there. Ooh, I might have preemptively deleted all of my stuff. No name. Yeah, I need this thing. Is this gonna work? Yeah. Yeah, that didn't work. Material. It's a canvas item material. Then a texture. What this is a sprite 2D. Okay, I can figure this out. Ooh, modulate this color. Can I do this? No, I can't. All right. I can get that color. That's fine. What? That's funny. So if you enter full review mode, how strong is NeoVim's Godot integration? It's fine. Yeah, I mean I love it, obviously. Um so full review mode. Full review mode. So I think the only issue I have is sometimes you'll be like, let's see, let's go to world one selector. This is like probably pretty standard. Sometimes you'll be like in insert mode, and then you come over here and you click this, and it'll like type this like call cursor stuff instead of just going to here, I guess. Like if I'm, let's see if I can reproduce the error because it's not working right now. Oh, there we go. So it like types the call cursor instead of like going to the file. So that's like a little annoying sometimes, but you can usually just undo it. The other thing is like if you're doing like a signal, sometimes that will also, yeah, look, it just did it. So it put the call cursor here. And so I just had to get rid of that basically. So that's a little annoying, but other than that, everything is great. In fact, it's a much better experience to use NeoVim than to use the in editor in Godot editor. Yeah, the next important thing is like you can, because there is an LSP, and so you can look up the reference to things. So I just did look up reference for node 2D, and it pulls it up in the editor. So you still have access to this stuff, which is really nice. But then the other thing is that I don't know how to use DAP still. So I haven't tried the Godot debugger. I think I have it. Yeah, I have the Godot debugger adapter in here, but I've never used it. And so what I'll usually do is I'll just like come in here and I'll just do external programs or whatever. What is it? This, and I'll just turn this off and use that to debug, or I'll just do printf debugging, whatever. I'm trying to think of any other things. I mean, for one thing, I use VS Codium. Lol, works fine as well, but it has similar small issues. I tend to not use it as debugger either. Yeah. One other thing that is actually like a huge enhancement is like, for example, let's go to global. So let's create like a global variable up here. Whatever. And then I go to like the main script and I have ASDF equals true. Oh no. Global.asdf equals true, right? So now there's a reference here. So I can go to the reference. But even better is I can change the name. So if I do ASDF2, for example, and then I go back here, it has changed it here. And that was something I noticed that the Godot editor doesn't do. And so NeoVim's a little bit stronger in that area. Let's see, what else? I guess it's a little finicky. Sometimes it disconnects from the LSP, so you just have to exit NeoVim and go back in to restart it. But that's not too bad. Yeah, I'd say in general the experience is like way better than the in-editor version. I don't know if I've ever even heard of VS Codium. I'm assuming it's just VS Code. Okay, yeah, it's just okay. Yeah, open source VS Code. Yeah, renaming is bad. Oh, VS Codium does that. Okay, nice. Nice. Yeah, I just you know, I'm a fan of the Primogen, Tej, so on, and I was like, yeah, NeoVim looks cool. I've always wanted to learn Vim. For me, it was because I have Minecraft servers. So I have Minecraft servers I host in my house, and I just have to SSH into them to like manage them. And sometimes I would have to like change a config file or something, and I didn't know how to use Vim. And so I would push them up to source control, pull them down on my computer, and change them in VS Code. And I felt really lame doing that. And so I learned Vim and realized, oh, it's actually like not that hard. I was always so scared because like anytime, and I still do this, right? Like I'll just be like typing away in Vim, and then all of a sudden it like explodes. Like I accidentally hit like, you know, 20 paste or something, right? I'm like, what is happening? But like, you know, you've got the undo button. Once you become just like the tiniest bit familiar with it, it's not too bad. And actually it's super cool. Like traveling, like navigating around is just so much better. And so yeah, I became a big fan of that. And so then I was like, oh, can I use this with Godot? Sure enough, you can. Yeah, NeoVim definitely has all the features you need for Godot. But let me tell you, trying to use NeoVim at work, not so easy, because I'm an Android developer. And yes, they did just release a Kotlin LSP, but it is not easy to use. I still have not figured it out, but eventually I will. And I can use Vim inside of IntelliJ, but it's well, I do use Vim inside of IntelliJ, but it's got issues. I don't have all of the same motions as NeoVim, so you know, I have to use the mouse every once in a while. Oh well. Yeah, gross mouse usage. Yeah. No, it's genuinely so much better to be able to just navigate in Vim. I love it so much more. And I think it's maybe even a little bit better on Windows than on Mac. But maybe that's just a keyboard thing, right? Like because I use a Mac at work, but I use Windows here, obviously. And yeah, I feel like the keybinds are just a lot better in Windows. Like it's a lot easier to set up. I keep hitting like the function key on my Mac keyboard. So annoying. You've used a Mac like 3 times. Yeah, for Android development, it is super nice to use a Mac because their processors and RAM are just a lot better, and you need some serious power when building Android projects. It's kind of annoying, really. Let's see. So it's 2 of them. Okay. On the other hand, the Windows and Linux experience is obviously very similar when it comes to Vim. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Mac is probably closer to Linux than Windows is. So, yeah. I need to learn Linux more. Maybe I'm already a pro Linux developer without even trying. True. I definitely need to learn Linux more. I have my Minecraft servers are on Linux, but yeah, I'm going to turn one of my MacBooks into a Linux PC or a Linux laptop at some point soon, because I want to be able to build all of these games for Linux as well, which I have not done yet. Sick. Yeah. Yep. These are all going to be available for Linux if I have my way, if I have enough time. Because honestly, I am rooting for Linux. I think that Windows is a little out of hand these days. So, pretty excited to see where gaming goes with Linux. Proton is really strong nowadays, so I'm sure it would be fine to start with the Windows build. I don't know if I... Oh, but I support the want to make it native. Yeah. Yeah, and there's also Wine as well that I've heard is just really good these days. Is Proton the same as Wine? Oh, it's the Valve one. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it looks like... Oh, unlike Wine, Proton typically requires a manual setup, just enabling it in Steam. Oh, interesting. Okay. I did not know this. Combined with a patched version of Wine to improve performance compatibility with Windows games. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I think Godot just does it by default though. Yeah, there's just a Linux export option. So that's probably native. Just need to try it out, make sure it works. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. That's the end of my time. I will be back on tomorrow. See ya.